No, I didn't stop recording the first half. So all the Grimdark Jameses watching the show are going to be like, I watched 11 minutes of a fucking intermission screen. I'm
just
sorry.
Said soon.
There's probably nobody.
I mean, you could edit that shit.
You're right, James.
Yeah, but he won't.
Could.
All right.
What if I do, James? What if I do? How many people do you think that will improve this show for? One?
At least.
You know what's the funny part
If it improves it for one person, it's worth it.
What the funny part here is that Arthur on one hand complains about losing subscribers or not getting subscribers, and on the other hand does absolutely zero editing work on YouTube.
Because by not doing it, Arthur, you're saying that your individual enjoyment is worth more than that individual's enjoyment.
Yes. If it's just one person, my enjoyment is worth more than theirs. It's got to be a network. Right, listen, I have never complained about losing subscribers.
Now you said that, the person out there who feels that way knows that you're.
They should know. I've never not been selfish. Okay.
All right. This is how it begins. This is the start of the death spiral.
Of what? Of what? It's been 7 years. I'm a C- rated YouTube streamer. You think I'm going anywhere from here, James?
At least now you know you've peaked.
I peaked.
And it's entirely to do with
the end of A Time of Total Warfare. All right, that's where it went downhill. You know what, James? I would say I peaked when you joined the show, and it immediately started dropping after that point. All right, How does that feel? It's not the truth, but I'm asking how it feels. It's a lie.
Oh my god!
I'll tell you what. For that one guy out there watching this episode right now on their phone in the car, guess what? You didn't see that intermission before this. You know why? I will edit it. And then I'll forget to upload it tomorrow because I'll have to wait all night waiting for it. So you'll get it on Monday, jackass. I don't know why I'm yelling at my audience. There's no reason to be. I'm fired up right now.
All right. So back to it. Spoon, I want to be clear, by the way, that during Adrian's time in that space, you feel that it was identical to your experience in the Blind Tesseract previously. Like it felt exactly the same.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Lord Captain. You're now 2/3 of the way towards having an infinitely powerful magical wish-granting device under your command. That's pretty big.
You say that so nonchalantly.
Okay.
And I don't know how well this wish granting device actually works, if it even grants wishes.
Well, enough people believe it that they're constantly trying to kill us and divert our destinies. You know, they say, have you heard of the Klingons? They say you are judged by your enemies. So, if all of chaos is trying to kill us, we must be doing something right.
As you're walking, once you get a bit higher up in the asteroid, close to the surface, and your Vox gets reception again, it pings indicating you've got 1 missed call from the Hand and 6 missed calls from the Eternal Praetorian.
I'm just full of calls today. Okay, who are the calls from the Hand from, and who's the call from?
Well, from the Vox operator, from the Vox operator, both know. They've just they've done the thing that everyone does to me, where they ring up, and if no one answers, they just hang up and don't leave a message.
Oh God, I hate that.
Like a psychopath.
It's ghosting, but telephone style.
Those people don't get a call back.
Damn it! I hate that. Why'd you do this to me?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my fucking wife here. The person called and didn't leave a message.
I need to know the message. Okay, I'll call the Hand first. Figure out what they need.
No worries. It's just the Vox operator letting you know that Ivy has made an arrangement to speak with the representatives of Alta Templum Calixis S17 when you're ready. They're now ready to communicate.
I'm surprised she didn't have us call a 6th time to make it an even number. Unless 5 is actually a good number. Never mind. That's
they only called you once. It was the sort of
Yeah, it was the
Praetorian
Eternal
Oh, I
Praetorian.
thought you said the okay. I had it flipped in my head. Never mind. Okay, then I'll see what the Eternal Praetorian needed.
Okay, so when you call them back, after a moment with the Vox operator, you get Dominic on the line as well, the captain there. Lord Commodore, what's going on? I've tried to contact my cousin's ship, and they're telling me that it's now under the command of Janko Scourge.
I don't know. Would you like me to find out?
If you can, yes. I don't understand. Where is Charlotte Bell?
Oh, what a twist! We probably should have hailed the grace of Sofa. I think it's safe to say that this woman is the head of the new Rogue Trader house, right? It inherits down.
No, so she's a cousin. Charlotte Bell had a daughter, but like a
I thought
young
Charlotte
daughter.
Bell wasn't married and didn't have any kids.
Oh, no, you're right. She has no issue. So you're right. Correct.
Yeah. That was why I was trying to hook her up with Pierre for like 2 whole seasons.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of Eva. Yeah, so.
Well, look, let's just promote this woman so that we can, use our special relationship with her to form a close bond between the houses without actually having to pay her or anything.
I'll shoot a message over to our representative from the Casbalica if they have any information on what's the deal with that. And then is there like some sort of rogue trader? I almost would say like a rogue trader news hub or like stock market thing. Essentially something where they kind of keep tabs like what's going on with this, who's getting this and that.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yes.
Don't worry. You turn on your device and you see a man appear on the screen. I'm James Jives, and this is the local news.
So on Port Wonder, yes, but not over here.
No, this place is too provincial for that sort of thing.
Okay.
We could just start a whisper network, or I could just start reading people's minds until we find out what we need.
I do have a Master of Whispers, yes. I'll also get him onto figuring out what's
going on. You
going
mean Nokel Coral, the guy we haven't mentioned for like a solid 6 months?
We haven't had him do whisper anything, so it's kind of...
I think the last time he talked to us was for that Guido guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, give me inquiry rolls at +10.
Okay. I will throw my weight around this time then.
Okay. No worries.
So we have +20. Wow. Okay. All right. Now re-roll that.
You rolled scrutiny, not inquiry.
I don't know if that would pass or not. Okay, I'm just going to re-roll it again.
Okay.
Yeah, you rolled a 94, so it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
No, because
you need to lift your cheating game, Pondo. When the GM tells you to roll something, you roll the wrong skill. That roll doesn't count. Okay, this is how you work the system.
Okay, I think it would still fail anyway because I'd be at a I'd be at 73 plus 20. I'm
just telling you that if you were a better cheater, you would just assume that complete roll was null and void because you rolled the wrong skill.
No,
it's roll on the table. James, I hurt myself when I'm playing.
Okay.
And us.
Okay, so you want to re-roll with the right skill.
Yeah. Oh, fucking shit.
Incredible. You're so bad at this.
And it's worse.
You rolled a 96. I'm sorry.
only Pondo.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, your information network is failing itself today.
All anyone wants to talk about is Janko Scourge.
This must be when this must be how Nero feels when he misses a shot. Okay.
Perhaps, Lord Commodore, we should set a meeting with Janko Scourge to congratulate him on his successes. And
would you like me to arrange that?
Learn from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Sure, his man's probably full of himself. He might be a little loose-lipped. I can't believe I can't get anybody to give me a straight answer. This is fucking ridiculous.
It's like everybody knows you won't like the answer, so no one wants to tell you.
What's the status on Project Hubris?
I'll get back to it. Yeah, we're still compiling on that one.
Still collecting data.
I'm gone for like 2 years and no one wants to be loose-lipped anymore. This is fucking ridiculous. Someone give me a meeting with the damn man.
We could call him, or I could, personally contact his brain.
Sure.
You almost said yes to that, sir.
I know, that's the problem. I shouldn't do that. That's rude to do.
Are you sure? We could let everyone in the local segmentum know that we would like a meeting with Janko Scourge on J-Deck at 1500 hours.
Send it to
and they will hear it crisp and clear for years to come.
Send it to his choir first. If he doesn't respond within...
Oh, okay. All right, James. I'm just going to do a fettered message ship to ship from one choir to another at like... How many Astropaths do we have in the choir that can boost me?
You can do it. You can do it at the speed of thought. That's fine. It's no need to roll or anything. It's extremely simple. Everything here. It's ships in the same system. So he's more than happy to meet with Lord Commodore. He is currently in the Legis Court, so he will. We'll get. He has like a room set up there that he'll invite you and your entourage to with all courtesy.
Okay, I actually want Dawn to come with.
Okay, I use the Astropathic choir to send a message to Dawn. Dawn.
I just like the idea that Dawn won't let the patriarch out of her
us.
sight, which means that she's bringing the patriarch to the meeting as well.
Oh, hey, Janko, just open it up and let it eat Janko's skirt. He's the first victim.
I got like a baby Bjorn or whatever. And
it's like a reverse Pokeball.
Dot, you can leave the thing behind. I promise it won't go anywhere.
What if we just let a bunch of nulls stand next to it, Don? Wouldn't that make you feel better?
They were already there, as well as probably Battle Sisters too.
Well, I have to tell you, Don, if there are nulls near him, he's probably in tremendous pain.
Don, there's explosives strapped to the thing. There's nulls around him, keeping him from sending any weird singles. I have multiple guards with autocannons pointed at the thing. And you have your sisters here with giant fuck-off chainswords.
Oh, the Repentia, yeah.
Well, there's actually Battle Sisters joined too.
Oh, did we not take those back?
No, because there's some that wanted to join.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Order the Bloody Rose.
And Battle Sisters.
And what's so important that you would pull me away from defending your ship against this heretical monstrosity?
No. That's not heretical. The evil witches we met with who tried to disable me, those were heretical.
There's something sus going on about Scourge.
Oh, sus. Well, now you have my attention. If it's sus, oh, geez, okay.
And for some reason, no one's wanting to tell me anything about it, which is very odd.
Did you threaten them with violence?
No, Nero isn't here.
Wait.
I think Adrian just lifts up the power fist and just goes.
I think they just I did try that. For some reason they just started laughing. I didn't appreciate it.
Oh my God!
Have you reminded them about the several kneecaps you have claimed in pursuit of your ego? So
it hasn't been that many, Don. I've only claimed one kneecap so far.
One is all you need.
I want Adrian wandering around the promenade, walking over to people and just being like, "So, you don't want to tell me the information I want to know? I'd say you need to get a grip on yourself."
It's like that villain from Spider-Man, and he like keeps trying to use like the dumb gun in situations that he can't use it in. Oh, what was that guy's called? It's like Electro something. I don't know. He had that electricity gun, and he was always trying to. No, it was like an electricity fist or something.
Yeah, that was in the first in Homecoming.
Just like the Mandalorian, always trying to use his flamethrower and succeeding once out of 12 times. Just go to though.
Are you talking about Shocker?
Shocker, yeah.
Shocker, that's it. Yeah. Okay,
Shocker, so he has like a sound wave thing that he has. I think I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So Dawn is acting like kind of like a parent being pulled away from their kid for the first time, right? And it's like, okay, listen, if that thing even moves slightly, you call me. You call me right away, okay? Okay, good. Fine.
Yes, Mom.
All right, and she'll like close the door, then open it back up, make sure it's still there. So, okay, all right then. Then she will, she'll have like a monitor thing, like a baby monitor to make sure that it's like, still.
She's got her own like little Vox box that she brings with her.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she'll make her way down to wherever the Lord Captain is.
So you're ready to head to the Court of the Liege to meet with Janko Scourge?
Yes, since he it seems to be open about it.
Okay, so this is part of the station that Tanthos Moros controls, though Moros is not actually present for the meeting. It's like effectively the upper class area of Footfall, as much as it has that. Like you would probably easily be able to secure rooms here if need be as well for yourself. Scourge has set himself up in a sort of a receiving room where he's got a table laid out at which he sits at the head of. There's all sorts of displayed paraphernalia around the room, photographs of worlds that he's apparently conquered. Like the sort of person that, like, if he shakes hand with the president, he makes sure he gets a picture to put up on his wall as such, So him greeting various important heads of state as such throughout the Imperium.
Sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah. If I was to get an actor to play this guy, I would say John Rhys Davies. So he's tall. He's not poorly built, but he is overweight. With a sort of that sort of full, like Pondo's beard is now, so full face beard, bit long, sort of hair which is probably just past the point of needing a cut. He's got scars on his face from some sort of blade or claw at some point in the past, so both his eyes are still good, and he's dressed out in a very, very impressive, resplendent military uniform, which covered in decorations and medals, all of which Adrian doesn't recognize as actual official medals, or awards. Including like the giant gold star with the blue like strap medal in the middle, and all the chest medals as well. And not just like the ribbons, like the ribbons with the actual medal hanging as well. On his hip, he has a gold-plated plasma pistol, and among the various artifacts he's displaying in the room, one of the things that probably strikes you or might trigger some recognition is a familiar-looking alien spear. I will take, I think you're all here for this previously, so I would like logic rolls at +10 to see if you identify it.
Is it Xenos at all?
It's alien, yeah. But it's more about your recognition rather than identifying what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you'll recognize it, Pondo, as an Eldari, which singing spear. Yeah, well, I'd say Androchiron wasn't there. Sorry, I put you wrong.
By the way, when I think of that actor, I only think of him from Indiana Jones. I know he was in Lord of the Rings, but like whenever I think of him, I think of him
twice,
3 times.
He was Treebeard and Gimli.
Oh, that's true. But like I think of like him with a little fez on, like I can't.
Yeah,
really. I always think of him as Richard,
right? Like
King Richard. We went to a different place. All right, we got
and then
some
for
big
some
rolls
other
out
reason,
here.
I always then associate him with the Russian criminal informant from
The caviar dealer from Bond.
Yeah. Like I always think of those two people as the same.
But that was Robbie Coltrane.
I know, but in my mind they're like fucking like this, you know, like.
Okay. So those of you that were present recognize the singing spear in the vision or the projection you saw of Farseer Serenin on board the Eldar space station back in season 1. That the vision of Farseer Serenin was carrying this spear.
I don't know if I was there for season 1.
I definitely wasn't there.
Actually, Adrian joined season 2, didn't you?
Yep.
2, yeah. So you weren't
Just Pierre.
Just Pierre then.
Wait, who's
we all have like a shared dream somehow.
The Eldari who we talked to through the psychic network on your mom's secret Eldari superstation.
Abandoned space station.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, I was there.
You were
Actually,
there.
now that I think I was there.
You fought a Wraith Guard.
Yeah. I was there, yeah. So I guess it's just myself and Lord Captain that
well,
know what
crap, that lost some allies.
Mondo, how could you forget anything? You know the Kingdom Hearts 3 plotline. You know the whole Kingdom Hearts plotline, man.
That's my problem.
You don't forget
that's
anything.
Still stuck in there. That's still stuck in there, so there's not much else that can fit in. I have to forget some other
This
stuff.
spear, what is it on? Is it like on a ponce? Like what is it?
Yeah, it's like mounted up on a display board above where he sits.
Oh, so it's above where he's sitting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk in and like walk behind his chair then and get a closer look at this thing if that's okay.
Oh, what are they going to tell you? No, you're a saint.
Yeah. He sort of stands up and watches. Oh, you like that, do you? Yes, I took that from the dead hands of an Eldar witch.
Was that after someone killed him for you?
Wow.
No,
whoa, hold on. Are you sure we want to start like this? Listen, if you've thought this through and that's how you want to start, then let's go. But
yeah, I mean, I'll punch this dude.
I didn't realize we were starting at 100%. Listen, you punch this dude, he's gonna die. He's a frail mortal human.
That's. I'm trying to throw some light shade in there. Okay.
All right. Please
I
continue,
what
James.
I said.
Okay.
Let's see how he reacts.
Yeah, he's like, excuse me. I dealt this blow myself. Have you come to trade? Have you come to trade value or insults?
I move to in front of Scourge. I hold up a basket filled with fried quail eggs and a bottle of Ranka. The Lord Captain's private reserve. By the way, impressive killing of Xenos. Great service to the Imperium. What a great guy.
He like signals someone forward. It brings over like an equivalent gift basket of, luxury items taken from the Heathen Stars. He calls it, this is a gourd of some sort, apparently very tasty. He quickly introduce you to these items that you would never have seen
Sweet
before.
Potato. We don't have them as humans. We got rid of them a long time ago because they didn't taste good.
That's right. But we added brown sugar to them and
Yeah, well, incredible. Drown it in butter. See what happens. Yeah.
No, that was just merely a test to see what kind of man you were. I come here for trade.
you definitely get the impression that he likes being challenged as much as you do. It's almost like he has the exact same trait.
I don't like this. This is a Star Trek evil universe mirror thing. I don't like it.
So if you really killed this creature, that is a decent feat. I've met this creature before. The owner of the stuff.
Oh, I hope not on positive terms, since he's dead now.
Oh well. Can you ever really have a positive relationship with anything other than a human being?
No, that's true. Very well, but you wish to meet.
All right, James. I'm going to start getting freaky here.
Okay.
I am
The top button of his robe comes undone.
No, calm down. I'm going to read his aura.
Okay, no worries.
I'm going to do it fettered at power 4.
Yeah.
Androchiron becomes one of those dudes that's just like, hold me back, bro, or I'll do it.
Oh, I'm already doing that.
See, this is why you brought me, in order to stop him from exploding. I understand now.
There we go.
Yeah, in case there's just a demon that gets summoned randomly, just really just any case of scenario.
I want to, so I can know whether he's actually himself, his well-being, his wounds, fatigues, but what more importantly is his insanity and corruption, and whether he's, human.
Also, check his surface level thoughts about whether or not he actually off the cell.
Well, that's a different power, though.
That's a different power. Calm down. Let's get this out of the way first.
Yeah.
I want to know if he's who we think we're talking to, and if he's
so insofar as you haven't met him before yourself, everything about him comes across as legitimate insofar as he believes he is Janko Scourge in any case. There's no deception about it. He's not just who he is. He is human, definitely. He probably has, I would say a background level of probably a little bit more insanity than he has corruption. Like I'd say he'd probably have the equivalent of about 25 insanity points.
That's pretty bad, right? Like that's a lot.
That's enough to have at least one psychosis anyway.
Great.
Yeah. And he probably has 2 or 3 points of corruption to something, but something that someone of his type would not be able to avoid being out there in space, taking the fight the enemies of mankind.
Just to put it in comparison, there, Arthur, Dawn has 19 insanity and 1 corruption.
Great. I'm gonna walk over to the Lord Captain after delivering the gift basket. I want to point out, in the past, Androchiron has displayed no ability to speak Rogue Traders can't for our ship, and he just starts speaking it badly. Like, me find out he is who say is. He going crazy. Bat shit. Not corrupt.
Oakley dokley.
Just Pierre sets a slide, just goes, you should work on that stutter a little bit.
I did learn the language in 2 weeks, so I thought that was pretty good.
It was very impressive.
My apologies. I'll do better next time, Lord Captain.
Yes.
Would you like me to read his mind?
Yes.
Okay, I start doing that too.
Dawn does the little
just read Pierre's
side thumbs up.
If you want to read Scourge's mind.
To read my mind.
Wow, incredible.
Isn't that the equivalent of a telepathic communication that you can do?
Yes,
I can just turn it on.
Several different types of communication. I could actually establish a permanent relay between us, but I thought that might be too scary for us.
Yeah,
just Androchiron just being like, wow, this is great. Oh, I feel it going right into my arm. It's an opposed willpower test. I'm doing it fettered.
Yep.
All hours of the night. Lord Captain, have you ever wondered what a pineapple tastes like?
Okay, I got -1 degree success.
All right, I got a lot of degrees of success.
Okay,
I'm gonna try to hold it for all 5 rounds so that I can learn everything about him.
Number.
Yep. So initially, there's no ill will from this guy. Like he's not planning to sort of betray Pierre here. In fact, he probably seems interested. Pierre he knows enough about Pierre to know he's got a fleet of ships. He's a well-established rogue trader. He's considering that he may be able to make some sort of arrangement. That there's a potential ally here in Pierre Cowles. You can pick up from his thought patterns. He is very self-centered and a tad sociopathic as well.
A tad?
All
right, what about egotistical?
There's only a little bit of urine in the pool. Just a little bit.
Definitely. The way he's perceived by others is definitely important to him.
Okay.
He does not
I'm looking,
accept slight well.
I'm looking for two big things. Yes. Charlabel, and if he's a traitor. Like, just want to make sure his dealings with the Eldari are above board.
Okay.
You know, just outright murder of a species and not like secretly working for somebody else and being handed a victory. No, not that that's ever happened.
Basically, after you guys parted way previously, you obviously not Androchiron, but after you met Pierre previously, he was the most dogged pursuer of the vision that the witches are given of the Dread Pearl. The Eldar tried to stop him. They attacked him first when he was leaving leaving Footfall. He followed the trail, or he followed the vision that the witches are given and discovered it didn't lead to a single planet, but a series of worlds that together contained parts of some sort of Eldari star map that could be used to sort of track down their various worlds in the Expanse here. So worlds that have long since been abandoned but held great wealth. And although the Eldari tried to stop him from reassembling the star map, he was able to do so, which gave him access to large sums of mineral wealth, of artifacts. Now, Charlabel was also pursuing that particular thing, but she was doing so as a sort of like, when I can, I'll spend time on that. So he was slowed down by having to actually figure out the puzzle in each world. She was catching up because, she could just sort of build up what he'd already learned. But they did come to blows at the end of the escapade. He effectively he defeated her in ship-to-ship combat, like crippled the Grace of Sofa. But then out of like maybe a degree of respect, rather than killing her, basically just abandoned her on a world with her crew and towed her ship away. Claiming it as his own. Effectively, he could have killed her and taken it, but for out of grudging respect for another rogue trader, just said, "Okay, here you go. You guys can rule over this empty planet now if you can."
I have the name of this world then.
Well, it's probably not named, but you know where it is.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna call it Char's planet for now. We'll be back. Yeah. All right. I don't need anything more than that. Thank you. Yeah. I don't feel like this is conversation to discuss with Pierre right in front of him. So I'm just gonna save all that. We got everything we need to know, I guess. I will lean in and say again, in Rogue Trader can't. Alliance want very egotistical, love self much.
So you can pick up from the interactions that effectively, whereas the Eldar might have dealt with somebody to try and sort of say like we will give you this wealth if you leave our worlds alone. They pretty much could tell that he was not the sort of person they could deal with. Like they probably even tried to reach out to Charlabel because she'd had some history in the past of dealing with the Eldar, but
my God, she's the traitor we were looking for.
Yeah, well, she carries an Eldari pistol as a weapon.
Yeah,
Scourge was just like, no, wipe them out, all of them. That was his attitude towards the Eldar. All right, so it's been some time since you've been on Footfall. What brings you back?
My personal dealings with my estates and everything was kind of stuck inside the Imperium side due to the mishap in the Maw.
Oh, the Chaos Fleet, yes.
Indeed.
I was much further inland when that happened, so I didn't see what happened on the Footfall side of that.
Took care of some orcs, killed the captain in one-on-one combat.
Killed a sorcerer in one-on-one combat in Dreadnought armor, right?
It was a obliterator.
Yeah, obliterator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I have heard
by throwing a pistol at him.
I have heard that you have amassed something of a fleet. Although your holdings on this side of the Maw are still relatively light. Does the Expanse no longer interest you?
No, it still does. I still have business here. It's just I couldn't get back at the moment after I was doing my business over at the Inner Sphere.
Well,
inside the Inner Sphere?
I don't know why I called it that way.
We're in the periphery right now, man. I'm just looking for Clan Jade Falcon. Looking at it.
Yeah.
Make some good deals.
I meant the greater, back in the Imperium.
I have to thank you then for not pursuing the Dread Pearl. That particular escapade has been extremely fruitful for my dynasty, and I'm glad we didn't have to kind of blows. I'm glad now that we can potentially be allies in the future. I have a lot of material to move, and you have a lot of ships.
Indeed.
You know who used to do that for us? Charlotte Bell, our melon. Oh, incredible.
Unfortunately, that's not what I do. Usually I would ask, our Melon dynasty. Though it appears you have acquired one of their ships, interestingly enough.
Yes, well, not everyone else had the good sense to leave the Dread Pearl matter to my dynasty. Lady Charlemagne and I came to blows over an ancient Eldar world. Unfortunately, she came off second best. I killed her and took her ship as payment.
That's a very bold thing to do, to kill a fellow rogue trader.
I'll lean in to the captain and say, slide.
Thankfully, out here, it's entirely legal.
Well, it might be legal, but it's definitely not something that looks good on your appearance.
Well, all I can say is Lady Charlebelle should not have picked a fight she couldn't win. You realize that she was willing to truck with the Eldar.
Indeed. I can't understand your reasoning.
I can't imagine that you, Cowles, with a living saint on your crew, indicates towards Thorne. I'm sorry, can I please see the wings?
Androchiron is going to interrupt this and say, we definitely are not carrying any illegal Xenos. That would be ridiculous. Not us. Not us.
No, you
like,
cannot see.
You're like my kids when I go to bed in the morning, like, I did not steal any food this morning, Daddy.
Not this guy. All right, but then I'm going to say, I have a lot of respect for you, Lord Captain Scourge, but to demand something from an Imperial Saint is to invite reprisals. You may want to consider rewording that.
Let me ask you something real quick. Are you in any way, shape, or form heretical?
No, I am a.
Okay. Because only those who I deem to be enemies truly worthy of the Lord Emperor, God Emperor, reaching down and smiting them with his hand, which is me, get to see the wings. So unless you want to see the wings really desperately, there's no way you're going to, and unless you have something to commit to me.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm sorry if you took it that way.
As for your question about working with Xenos, I do have a comment to say, is that right now we have a greater enemy afoot. Obviously, the enemy themselves showing their face at the moment is quite concerning.
So, what enemy are we talking about here?
The enemy.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the arch enemy, Chaos? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But I thought that the fleet was beaten back and that they fled back to whatever hellscape they came from.
That particular.
I'm sure they re-emerge, but I get the impression that things are largely back to normal. Lockdowns are over.
Nothing's truly back to normal, is it?
We've yet to hit the second wave.
That's right. We're now living with chaos.
All I'm saying is that the moment we let our guard down, the moment they strike and take what we have. And of course, there's another group of beings that are currently in this sphere that also need to be dealt with.
The Strixus? I hate those things. So disgusting.
What do you call it?
The Strixus? You've not encountered the Strixus before? They're a Xenos race. They try to trade. They look sort of like bipedal canids with insectile lower bodies.
Interesting.
You have no idea who's to. Well, probably you got Mineral Xenos. Yes, Strixus are a alien race unique to the Koronus Expanse. They pull about in big ships and try and trade with the Imperium, but they do really uneven trades. Like they might say, "We'll give you this, this macro cannon battery in exchange for 1,000 disease blankets."
So they're the traders from Minecraft, then, yeah.
Interesting.
2 carrots for 700 emeralds.
I've heard of them, but I haven't dealt with them personally myself yet.
Oh.
No, I've
only one way that I'm willing to deal with them. That involves a couple of broadsides.
Bro and this guy would have either killed each other or been best friends.
Probably the fact that he's decorated himself with his own medals would have probably pushed Nero's disguise.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
He's
like
made
that
his own awards to
fucking.
reward himself.
It's that sheriff from Arkansas or whatever that's
Yeah, that's right.
walking around with a chest of medals, acting like he earned them.
Yeah.
What an embarrassment.
all I'm saying is
This
that
guy picks a fight and then he awards himself with a medal for winning the fight.
Lots of ribbons too.
I want to drop the Gene Stealer in his ship and see what happens. Press this button, go nuts.
So, I mean, how can we do business? What can we do, Cowles? What's the
I've still got his mind
between-
broken. I want to look for any business opportunities he wants to offer us, but hasn't yet, maybe because he's waiting for us to do something first, What do you got, James? Give me a prospectus of his services. What's he need us for?
Okay, so the main issue he's got right now is, so he has 3 ships now. He
he
picked up the Great
transport.
Sofa and he managed to pull them out. And the thing is that he is still dealing with, like, he's crewed them with, he's just turned out the prisons pretty much on any world, or he's like press ganged primitives into service. So he has not got a good crew, and those ships have all sorts of dramas. Thank you. So yeah, he really needs help with transportation. On top of that, he, in the Imperium, has a background that would border on criminal. So there's lots of legitimate organizations who wouldn't deal with him in the Imperium. So, pretty much he could use brokerage as well to help move his goods in the Imperium, because there'd be groups that just wouldn't talk to him otherwise.
Okay.
So he would be offering effectively a cut of profits to help him move goods.
I'm gonna look at the Lord Captain and see if he'll give me some leeway to drop a little nugget here. That significant PC glance looks kind of like this. Please, 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 please.
It's
Like a dog looking at a piece of ham floating in front of him. He's just waving it.
Licking the lips occasionally.
He'll give him the go-ahead signal.
I spent some time on the docks today, Lord Captain Scourge. Your men seem to be of a quality one would not be impressed with.
Good help is hard to find this side of the moor.
And you have problems on the far side, do you not?
The periphery lifestyle benefits me.
But what if someone could write letters of introductions to you? Inquisitors, generals, commander of footfall. No, wait. Port Wander, commander of Port Wander. Estates on Scintilla. Real crew members could be found for you. Skilled men, former naval servicemen. Doors could be opened up.
So,
legitimate transit.
I didn't get your name, sorry, sir.
My name is Androchiron. I am an advisor.
Well, if only I had advisors like yourself. I don't really have that in my crews, but what you're talking about is definitely of interest to me. There's something inherently legitimate about working with a rogue trader with a living saint on his crew.
Of course there is.
Well, it's not just a living saint that we have. And I turn to Adrian and I say, we also have one of the best pilots in the Imperium's fleet, one who knows many officers who are desperate to cruise ships.
He keeps looking like, how do you pilot with 2 power fists?
The answer is you don't.
Yeah, very gently.
I imagine, like, you know, when like old people try and type and they're like one finger at a time, it's like very carefully like pushing a lever with the finger of the power fist.
Like instead of having, it's just like this.
He has those little grabbers, but like.
Okay, fan up. We need it. Adrian piloting with 2 power fists.
Turns
He has
the
to
yoke a
sit in
little
a
bit too
Space
much,
Marine
breaks it off.
sized craft.
It is true. I could write letters to those who I know who are still with the fleet.
Sounds like you could
I can
use our
definitely
services.
broker in between getting you some better crew. So that way you can help. Like, better crew and maybe some transportation for your goods.
And what are you thinking this would cost? Are we talking a one-off fee or a cut of profits?
Let's do a cut of profits.
5%.
I was going to say, with this guy, you want royalties. He's going to keep bringing in the fish.
5%? I'd say more 15.
7.
10.
Say,
9.
say, I know what I have. Do it.
You say done?
Are you two really bartering over something that involves?
Give me your best and
like
final
this?
offer. Holy shit, Spoon. Oh my god.
He'll deal on 10. You said 10. He'll deal on 10.
Okay, I was saying, so I'm not backing down from 10.
No worries. Okay.
Makes the math easy too.
All right. No worries. Yeah. Pondo. Never go bargaining in some third world country. By the way, when they start with 5, you start with 80%. All right.
I was trying to be reasonable, okay?
No worries, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I was going to say 50.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you do a commerce test here. We'll do a opposed commerce test.
Okay. Does Pierre Nobility go into effect?
Try and get his metal jacket as part of the deal.
Peer nobility, no, because this guy's not. Well, sorry, he is technically a noble, but he's not a noble by birth. He's noble by stealing a position.
Mercantile.
Technically, he's a baron. Mercantile, okay. I'll take. Yep, peer mercantile.
Okay.
His kid is going to be so loaded.
Oh my god.
I've known some fine barons in my time.
I'll spend a point of edge to make it better.
Wow.
What the fuck? I like to roll high. This is not the system to do that.
Yeah.
I like the idea that part of his negotiation is to blind you with a reflection from the metals on his breast check.
What's it like getting so thoroughly destroyed?
So he did a lot better, but what I will tell you, you still do better than you, Pondo the Mad, did against me. So you still get 20%, but which is more than what we role played, but it's more in line with what you rolled.
That's fine.
So,
That's Jesus Christ. It's
I've never seen
not even
someone
if,
so
like-
bad at rolling dice.
if I had not put in my bonuses, which I didn't really have a choice in the matter, because I ran out of warrant. He knows I'm me, so I kind of had to put that in.
Yep.
I could have had a chance to re-roll that, but now I can't.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, how many bonuses is just too many? Where it kind of screws you over. This is one of those cases.
All right. So he like has food brought out, and like someone puts like a cup of tea down in front of Spoon, in front of Adrian.
There's just several piles
you
of
like
paper.
to figure out with the power fist, it's like
No. I got you. I will use my mind powers to lift it up and let him sip. Then I'll just keep close watch for whenever he looks like he wants more.
The rogue trader negotiation scheme to me seems like how they do it in the movies, where they write it on a piece of paper, slide it across the table. But there's just like several pages just like loosely on the table.
This is your offer? You think I want this? I'm writing down on the paper right now and angrily moving that across. That's my counter offer, okay? Oh my god. It's like watching Lord of War.
All right, but it's going to mean that probably for the next, once you start this, once you want to start claiming on it, you're going to have to take one of your ships out of commission for about 3 months, which is actually running some goods and you're sending off all the various letters of market introduction.
Time to send the torpedo one.
Yeah, I was going to say the Gilded Throne.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Talmain Sparrington.
He gets the safe job.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to go back and pick him up when we go to the infinite void of wishes. So he gets the safe job. Are we putting Shrain on the ship?
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a pleasant an evening as you can have with a sociopath who's full of himself, as yourself being not that dissimilar, and eventually,
it's true, but it hurts.
Eventually,
on the way back,
ways.
Androchiron is wiping a little bit of tea off of Adrian's uniform. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's like when the cuts frame, it's like leaning towards like a fish trying to get in your mouth.
Would you like some kiwi dragon fruit gum?
On the flat back, I lean over to the Lord Captain and say, "You understand now why sometimes it's a little difficult to talk to you, right?"
Noted.
And, it's primarily just a rogue trader kind of thing, because, I've only met a couple of them now, but they all seem to have the same affliction. So don't worry about it too much. Just...
It has been an eye-opening experience, Don. I can tell you that.
The glass has shattered.
Androchiron pops a piece of gum in his mouth and goes, "I like talking to all of you."
You're supposed to chew those things, right?
Oh.
Not just leave it on your tongue.
Tastes pretty good.
He's just rubbing it against his tongue instead of chewing it.
No, he's got it under his gums,
Just like inside, like up the top.
He's just absorbing the sugar through his bloodstream.
Oh, remind me to take it out in like 2 hours. Otherwise, it'll stay there forever.
All right. So you still need to let Dominic know what's happened to her cousin.
I let the Lord Captain know what's happened to the cousin first. Charlebel was left on an abandoned world. It's you can see my hand-drawn star chart here, but it's roughly right here. I don't know why he'd lie about killing her if he didn't kill her. How unusual.
I don't know.
He seemed to be a man who was quite proud of his...
Oh, don't worry. I've been deep
martial
in his
prowess.
Mind. He is disgusting.
Where was this abandoned planet?
Up in the Heathen Stars, up here.
Okay.
Before you tell Dominique, she'll take her ship to go rescue her cousin, right? She'll take that ship.
Indeed.
It's your ship. You may want to have a replacement ready and speak to her privately in a third location.
I'm going to speak with her privately before anything happens. I think we're going to go there personally to get her.
Right now?
Soon.
I feel like we keep getting diverted.
It's also
Lord
in the
Captain.
same direction. It's also in the same direction as the Tyranids.
The Tyranids and the Drukhari. That we still haven't diverted away by dropping our virus bomb.
Yeah. Where's one of Scourge's plan? It's immediate betrayal. Okay.
Curse your
I think
sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah. I think wanting to plant the Tyranid bomb on Outpost 31.
That's in the wrong direction, right? That's the one in the south?
That's the one down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it'll probably be head up to grab her to work out a bad deal because of bad roll.
Lord Commodore, I believe we still have the meeting with the Mechanicus.
Yes. Yes, that is also true.
I can speak binary now. Actually, I speak every language now.
Interesting.
Oh, is that why you're so bad at the rogue traders can't?
Look, it's a little basic, but, you know, I've just been absorbing knowledge from everyone's mind all the time now.
That's disturbing.
Yes.
Okay. So
None of you can.
Except for mine.
I just let Dawn feel. I just let Dawn feel that.
I don't actually think you can, Miss.
Just checking my notes here, by the way. If it matters to you, AP, the world that he fought Charlebel and Abandoner on was the one that he claimed the Eldar map from.
Yep.
Where he also fought the Eldar, and that world also had a pre-Imperium human population on it as well. That were friends with the Eldar, and they'd sort of worked together. And so, but they didn't wipe out the entire native population, but pretty much destroyed any army that the Eldar had. So
as long as there's enough infrastructure for her to get some bread, good enough.
Yeah, yeah. Like the world is nice enough that you could survive on it long term. It's actually like a beautiful world according to his memories.
All right, yeah. I just tell him. It's actually like a paradise. She might be enjoying herself. No, don't say that. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't tell anybody anything.
No worries.
No, I do. I think I'm willing to send her over to Solitude, which is the one that had the priest there.
Yep.
If I remember correctly. Then I'll go. We'll go to Outpost 31. If I'm remembering the correct number and name.
Yes, that's correct. So Landfall had something they absolutely had to show you that they couldn't talk about. Solitude had the priest which turned up. Horfrost has found an architect cache, and Outpost 31 you lost communication with.
Yep. So I'll drop it off there. And eventually, of course, now we have to go through Mechanicum meeting, and then my meeting with her. So don't take my ship there. I will fire you.
All right. So what do we do first? Meeting the Mechanicum or meeting with Dominique?
I think meeting with the Mechanicum.
Okay.
And I'll tell her that I'll meet her after.
Yeah. So they give you flight coordinates to reach their asteroid, quite specific flight coordinates, like some very circuitous routes through what's effectively open space.
Invisible mines. I got it. Same thing.
All right, Adrian, I want you to fly the following line. 2x squared minus 3x times x squared.
That's right. But first, you must find X.
You start at 0.
So, Adrian, you fly the route. Now, the ship does pick up unusual solar radiation that you're sort of flying around patches of. So you're sure that if you, as you only pick up when you get close, but if you've flown through them, it could have done some significant damage both to the ship and to your DNA, both of which you need.
Mm-hmm.
Before you land on this asteroid facility, like a bay opens up that you fly into. Once the bay closes and it repressurizes, according to the ship's sensors, the ambient temperature inside the facility is some Fahrenheit now because you guys won't get it otherwise. It's like high
Kelvins. Give it to us in kelvins.
Kelvin. Okay, so it's like 280, 290 Kelvin. So it's like a extremely hot. It's desert weather. You know,
That's 62 degrees Fahrenheit, James. You're about 40 degrees Fahrenheit too low for a desert.
I fucked up my math.
That's
it's
7 degrees
270 0 Celsius, isn't it? So it'd be more like 300 and something. But yeah,
270 is 26 Fahrenheit, so it's not quite zero yet. Isn't it? 273.15 is 32.
I would say it's about 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so it's so hot we will actually die in like an hour if we stay in there.
Certainly if you're exerting yourself. Like, I mean, I have been in temperatures that hot before and not died.
Okay, Australia, you're adapted to that temperature. Androchiron
only
lives plugged into a
Celsius.
life support machine.
Sorry, Dave.
That was 48 degrees Celsius.
About 48 Celsius. Yeah.
So that'd be like walking into a the engine room, I guess, right?
It is uncomfortably and oppressively hot. It's like being in a sauna all the time.
But is it a dry heat?
It is a dry heat, yes.
All right. Androchiron is suffocating and dying.
And on the
it's that
air
heat you can
conditioning
taste
in
when
your power
you're
armor.
breathing it in.
It's that ozone.
So yeah, there are a couple of tech priests, despite the heat, fully decked out in their red robes, waiting for you when you debark the ship, debark the shuttle. If you're wearing power armor, you can obviously have the power armor set to a nice, comfortable temperature.
Yeah. I don't want
22 degrees. Yeah.
So I'm the only one suffering.
Again, you have the option for the power armor.
That's true, but I don't. So I'm like sweat pouring off my face. I see these two tech priests and I say in binary, so you know, over the course of like a fraction of a second. Party of 4, Pierre Cowles, Lord Commandant, Rogue Trader.
I am Nexi 98/3 Casa, Metallurgist of the Abstractor Communion.
Okay, say that again in low Gothic to everyone. And then I clap like,
And this is Kappa 2 Thaus, missionary of the modular uplink.
Pleasure.
That modularity must serve you so well.
Please come with us. We will speak in a environment more suitable to your biological needs.
Thank you. I am suffering greatly.
Okay. So
They would like us to follow them, everyone.
they take you to a room to meet, and the room has been like it's actually difficult stepping from the heat out there to like how much this has been cooled down. Like you're almost certainly going to catch a cold afterwards because of the rapid changes in temperature. But this room is like 40 degrees Fahrenheit when you enter it as such. and there's like they put like fruit on the table, but like there's frost forming on the fruit as well, you know, from like because it's very moist. It's like air conditioning as well, so it's pumping out all the condensation. So,
well, they have to cool down their hard drives while they're living in there. So,
we were curious as to why you have reached out to us.
Oh, do you speak Low Gothic?
Yes.
Should we switch to that for the other biologicals?
I assume they're speaking Low Gothic.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were still speaking binary.
No, they generally don't speak binary to each other. They speak binary to machines.
Okay.
They will to each other usually speak in tech cant.
All right. Well, I could talk to them in tech cant if they want.
just leave English, please. Yes, I got in contact with you because I was intrigued by maybe working together.
We require no collaboration. Thank you very much for your time.
Hold on.
I say in tech camp, what he meant was stop, collaborate, and listen. I look so proud.
That's right. Cowles is back with a brand new invention.
The pain. Before you drift away, I want to come with you a proposition. I have some intrigue into perhaps changing the management of Footfall a bit. One that could benefit us both.
They look at you silently. Well, you can almost see like the cursor in their eyes, just flicking.
Obviously, your techniques are not as well looked upon as most others, and you're probably fine being up here. But of course, you could use more access to materials, technology, etc., etc. Thus, having more an open presence, such as like something on Footfall, would benefit you both. And I have the means to help how to say, mediate for you.
They look at each other and like they stare at each other for like a solid 30 seconds.
Oh, it's probably 2 hours in their time.
You always get the impression, Androchiron, that's like when you aura read somebody. It's like they're perusing each other's, bodily reactions, etc. And then one of them turns back and says, "Why?" And the other one says, "What Kappa 2 means to say is why."
Honestly, for one thing, I have an interest in obtaining technologies and equipment that of not the regular design as what I can get from the Imperium. Since you all have the desire to essentially go away from the regular means of that of the Imperium, you can design much better, more efficient equipment. Be it of the practical use, war use, etc., etc.
One of them turns to Dawn. Would you please deactivate your audio receptors? And then turns back to Pierre. The Imperium is flawed. The technology of the Imperium is hampered by cultists of mixed concern. Turns back to Dawn and like waves to get your attention.
Sign language, turn on your audio receptor.
You get the impression.
I'm sorry, do you want me to turn it back on? Sorry, hang on.
He nods emphatically.
I turned to Androchiron and I was like, "Hey, hello, turn it back on. I can't do it myself."
I wave my hand.
Okay, nice. You get the impression these tech priests haven't spoken to non-tech priests in a long time.
Yeah, James, I'm gonna check their auras and see how corrupted they are real quick.
Okay, no worries.
Just a little aura read between bros.
Super corrupted.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's Psyniscience at +20.
Can it still be an aura if it sucks in color?
Yeah, it's a reverse aura. All right. Let's not ponder this real quick. Nope. All right. I'm gonna.
I like this becoming a thing.
I got 3 degrees of success, so I'm gonna check to see whether they have insanity or corruption in their current well-being.
Okay, so they have like 2 levels of corruption because they have the corruption in their soul. Okay, which probably sits around 30 points. All right. And then they have hardware in their body, which is itself inherently corrupt. Like it is profane technology, and that's what's led to the corruption of their corporeal body.
All right. How do I pass this to the Lord Captain without using mind powers?
Shoot him. What's that?
Listen, I'm not Nero, and I'm trying to make people believe that. I write it down in a note and slide it to him. That's very businessy, right? People on the opposite side of the table write notes and then slide them to each other all the time while you're going, why the fuck did you just write that note? And I let him know that these people are like not only super corrupted, but their heretical technology is corrupting them as well. That their souls are like halfway damned. Well, how's their well-being, James? Like, you know, hungry, maybe like feeling satisfied. Recently saw a painting of cheese.
So their health is not fantastic insofar as the corruption has taken its toll on them as such. So they would, you know, they would die younger than they would have otherwise died, for example. They're not like in dire straits. There's nothing that medical can do for them as such. Their body is just rebelling against the corrupting influence of the technology that they've planted themselves with.
And corruption is all like chaosy heretical, right?
Yeah. You also pick up they are all horribly irradiated. So they've got significant like DNA damage from radiation.
I write that. I take the piece of paper back and I write massive irradiation, and then I slide it back. OSHA concerns? Question mark.
Probably most of the parts they've replaced have been things like their bone marrow, their liver, their kidney, all the things which don't react well with radiation.
This is why they don't like the Imperium, is because the Imperium has rules about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, who's in charge of this facility, by the way?
This is a satellite facility operated by also Templum Calixis S7 in Port Wonder.
Who are you?
We are a forward research facility.
Yeah. Who are you to negotiate on their behalf?
We share a new spheric link.
Oh.
So we act as a conglomerate.
Well, it's a good thing that we brought hundreds of bottles of Renka for all of you. And I pull out like a huge case of Renka, slowly pushing it over the icy table.
No one in this facility has the ability to consume beverages.
That's it. I'm done. Androchiron doesn't know where to go from there. He's tried being nice.
They just have like, okay, so can't consume fluid beverages. What about like air or solid beverages? Is there solid beverages?
Their entire gastrointestinal tract has been mechanized, but they would benefit from IV medic.
I immediately go into a discussion about the low. Have you tried the low sodium flavor available locally?
So my question out of character is corruption solely something you gain off of just chaos related stuff?
No.
Okay. So corruption is something that you can get from other things.
Yes. But I mean, there's definitely some chaos corruption in this as well. Some of the tech they've experimented with is profane, not just banned in the Imperium. Oh, okay. It is actually, you know, they've experimented with demonic technologies.
Yeah, I'm literally just writing down.
The further you stray away from the God Emperor, the more corrupt you become.
I just write down, they can't be trusted.
I just feel like, you know, this scene needs to end with Thorne saying, would you like to see my wings?
Wow. Incredible. That would be great.
No, the last scene of the show is it fades to black after that, and I'm just in my private room, and I got the sink running, and I'm just scrubbing the blade, and I'm just trying to. It's like I just won't come off, and I'm just scrubbing and scrubbing.
It's machine oil.
Yeah.
I am interested in technology that is not typical in the Imperium. Yes. Though I will say I'm not interested in technology that the heretics of the arch enemy possess. as that is going a little bit too close to the edge.
There was an eyebrow slowly raising from Dawn, but then it just started to come back down again. I was like, yeah, okay.
Do you have any technical details about the technology you recovered from the world Regina 4? This is of interest to us.
I have some details. They're of the as Xenos variety. As for how they directly work, I do not understand. I've only seen it partially in action and been partially hit by it.
They share like another like long silent glance at each other. Probably goes to almost a minute before they turn back to you again as well. We have no requirements to take over Footfall, nor would gain any benefit from it. However, if you feel there is a benefit in us being in control of Footfall and working with you, then we would be prepared to do this, but we would like access to materials that you have recovered from Regina 4.
I need to go back to that area anyway, so I can see what I have as far as it goes. And I can see what I can essentially lend to you if you're wanting to research it further. Because I personally am interested in researching that material further if I have more of it.
When will you return?
Let me guesstimate internally how.
I mean, you can probably make it back. If you would go straight there and straight back again, probably like 8-9 days, depending on the walk.
Okay. I was going to say like 3 months, but well, maybe. I would guesstimate about 3 to 4 months.
Is it 3 or 4 months?
Let's say 4 months to be safe.
Very well. We will review what you have sent or what you gather in 4 months. Thank you very much. They like push the fruit bowl towards you. We do not require this.
It's like already molding, you know. Like
I mean, I imagine it's like massively irradiated too. So
probably as well, yeah. Like most things on this station.
We do not require that either. Thank you very much for your time.
We just ate. We're fine.
I just leave the Ranka case and
go. No. All right.
Back through the burning fires.
So as you're like about to leave, like a servitor comes in and one of them speaks to the servitor in binary, which you can detect Arthur is them telling the server to take the fruit and the rancor and jettison it out the disposal airlock, effectively.
Most useful thing that fruit did, provide equal and opposite reaction.
I like the idea that there was a servitor in like a farmer's market, like squeezing like melons, you know, so he's trying to work out whether it's right.
No, they've definitely taken some seeds and applied some heretical piece of machinery which rapidly cultivates and ages the vegetable. They don't store any vegetables in this thing; it's just something to eat.
We must build something for our guests so that they can consume while they are here.
Exactly. Yes. All right. Last thing, then we'll be speaking with Dominique aboard the Eternal Praetorian.
Yes.
So when you arrive, she has a definite look of consternation about her. So what did you find out? Where's my cousin?
She's alive. She's currently on from what I understand, a ancient Eldar planet. That is.
It's an abandoned world, sir. It's Swoopy Doopy 4.
Right. Swoopy Doopy.
That's right. It wasn't named, so you can name it.
Yes, I know. That's what I just did, James. Thank you.
I have to take it for like what it is. Swoopy Doopy 4. That's.
What if it's not the fourth planet from the sun?
But it is, James. We've established that.
Is that really its name? No matter. She's there alive, from what I can tell, and not in a super dangerous spot. It appears that her and I want to call him Strange for some reason.
No,
Scourge. They got Doctor Strange for some reason. Her and Scourge got in a kerfuffle going after an artifact that was given to them in visions.
If my understanding of these coordinates is correct, then Tribute before is in the Heathen Stars.
Yes.
We're heading that way soon, aren't we? To see this Dark Elder. Can we rescue them?
Yes.
And what of the Grace of Sofa? That was my aunt's ship.
He has claimed it for his own, though he, for some reason, which seems almost out of character for him. It's hard I can't really predict this man. For some reason, he told me that he killed him, even though I found out that he didn't. He apparently showed mercy upon her and left her stranded, took her ship. As to why he left her alive, I come curious myself. But at the moment, we still have some business to take care of. I can't go there quite yet. I need to drop off.
Do you think she's safe there?
At the time being, yes.
I guess there's no way we can get a message to her, is there? Even if they didn't kill the choir, they wouldn't have the ship's systems to augment the transmission.
Well, we can certainly try sending a message, see if they can at least maybe send it back. It's hard saying. We don't know what's on that planet, other than it's apparently a very lovely place, from what Androchiron's told me.
Well, I appreciate you, Lord Commodore, putting this into your schedule to go there and rescue her.
You're very welcome.
The fellow Praetorian stands ready for your orders.
I'll need you all to go over to Solitude to see if the priest is still there. If not, then maintain the business of recovering of assets. I need to take a stop at Outpost 31 real quick, and then I'll be heading over to that direction, to where your cousin is.
Very well. Thank you once again.
Keep in mind that at Solitude, as far as the last thing I know, there's a 1-month delay in messaging. If I recall correctly.
Yes.
I can't remember which direction. If they're 1 month, are they 1 month behind or 1 month ahead?
Was it Solitude or Regina that had that impact?
Solitude.
It was Solitude because they have the Eldar space station thing.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll send a message when we know it's going, but we'll also head. Well, sorry. Do you want us to stay at Solitude, or are you going to head somewhere else over that direction when you're done? Because there's also Landfall, Regina 4, and
yes,
Frostburn are both in the area as well.
I think we'll meet up at Landfall because there's something urgent they're wanting me to check out about maybe 5-6 months ago. I don't recall exactly.
You ever feel like someone's trying to pull us off course?
All the time.
Why do you ask?
Dawn just looks at her watch that she doesn't have, and she's just like, no, she pulls out a pocket watch the size of her fist and opens it up and studies the ancient dials, and she's like, yeah.
This is a
Adrian
problem.
pulls out one the size of his fist, and we're wondering where the fuck did he fit that thing?
A special.
Well, everything
It's
going
like a
well. We
sundial.
should see in about 6 weeks.
Sounds good.
Don't worry. We'll get your cousin off of Swoopy Doopy 4.
That sounds like such an odd name for a planet, but if that's what the Eldar call it,
Oh no, sir. That's my name. I had to add it to the records. Actually, it's going to be spreading across the Expanse and through the Imperium.
Oh dear. Okay.
Because it was unnamed before. You don't like it?
It's an odd name.
Well, unfortunately, Janko didn't name it when he abandoned an entire crew there. So, yeah.
So, let me get this straight. You had an opportunity to name a planet after the God Emperor, and you chose not to.
I don't know his name.
You just say like a shining light to the God Emperor. That's the name of the planet.
I'm sorry. You're right. I failed, Don. I accept my punishment, and I loosen my shirt so that my neck is visible, and get down on my knees and start praying and just waiting for the end. This is in front of our melon, by the way.
Starts getting into the back, you know?
No, I'm not self-flagellating. I'm waiting for you to cut my head off with your sword.
Yeah, it's just waiting for you to kill him. Oh man.
I just keep him waiting there.
We just see it in Adrian's mind thinking, is this when it happens? Probably not.
Yeah. No, I don't think
He said it was horrible.
He said, such a shame. Such a shame what happened to him.
The wings start prairie dogging out my back a little bit.
All right, so did you want the Gilded Throne to begin doing the work for Scourge now to get the money or not?
Yeah, James, we're going to split in 3 different directions now after we've carefully sheltered ourselves for fucking seasons.
Yes, yes.
We split up now at this arbitrary point in time.
Okay, all right. So we see the ship set off in 3 different directions, and that's where we're going to leave the show for today.
Oh, listen, James, if this was an anime, this would be the part of the split up arc where we all get, you know, like the Gilded Throne gets their special power up, and then we all meet up during a villain fight, and everyone's like, oh man, you improved so much, you look great. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
There is a final post-credit scene.
Oh.
Where we are back in the corridor of the asylum, which leads to the door to the Seven Witches' room. The door is closed, and we just see like a crack appear in the corner of the door frame and crack up towards the ceiling of the hall. And that's the.
Well,
that's the
I guess reality should just go get fucked. That's it. A new maw just opened up in the middle of the fucking promenade. Could you imagine walking home after getting your groceries so you fall into an infinite void of hellscape? You're just like, oh no, oh, that's the milk carton, oh, I'm being tortured.
That's just most isekai, yeah, so it's not so bad.
I think we watched different isekai, bro.
Look, man, I've read enough isekai now where I'm starting to get into the weird shit isekai. Like, I've consumed all of the top
vending machine
stuff, and now I'm getting
the
to the
onsen.
Look, I've read an isekai the other day about a group of people who drive the isekai truck.
Oh yeah, I like that one. It was pretty good.
Like it's an organization of people who are just like, man, giving people another start.
Yeah, it's like roughly hand drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I think that Netflix have just picked up the rights to do a cartoon of the comic series trapped in a dating sim. Like it's an isekai style one called where someone is reincarnated as a character in a dating sim they previously played as a person.
Oh, God.
So they're now in the
That's
game.
like 90% of the isekais, man. Like they just combine all of them together, and you literally can make the same isekai over and over again, and people still read it.
Oh,
Netflix
you're talking about My
shit.
Next Life as a Villainess. Ooh, that one's weird, bro.
No, that's not. I thought it was
Not
just
that
called
one?
I think it was just called Trapped in a.
Oh, I see it 2 days ago. Yeah. Trapped in a dating sim.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
I remember previously you talked about when we got to Footfall, we'd get our resources that we claimed. Does that mean we have to go to planets to claim the resources?
No, to go to planets. So when you get to etc., which ones have got it? The ones that have it, you'll get when you get there.
Okay.
Because Charleville was supposed to pick up and bring it back to Footfall, but apparently something happened to it.
All right, James.
Yeah.
It's trapped in a dating sim. The world of Otome games is tough for mobs.
That's the one, yes.
Oh my god, that manga is fucking insane. I want you to imagine that like the worst bullying asshole gets like trapped in a world where he's the most powerful person possible, and it's just like, I'm just gonna be a fucking asshole to everybody all the time.
You know, I'm on a kick now, Arthur. This is a weird kick. It's isekai where they don't get OP shit, right? And it's super hard to find. It is really hard to find that sort of stuff.
It is.
So I found one recently, which is literally just like, I went to the isekai world, but all I had was my karate, right? And it's actually fucking insane. Like it's more survival focused. It was good. And then I read all of it. I'm like, man, I'm thirsty for more of this like not OP shit. Where can I
you
find
need to go
it?
the
And it
opposite
doesn't
direction.
exist.
Have you seen the isekai where it's a Cthulhu death god that can kill anybody by looking at them or even just imagining them dying? It's so good.
What?
It's surprisingly pretty good. Listen, James, you can't handle Otome games. It's tough for mobs, okay? It's straight up waifu bait the whole time. It's literally just like, oh, who's he gonna end up with? One of these two 16-year-old girls? Oh my goodness, let's do close-ups of their skirts. The fucking plot line just drops off at one point. They were literally like, all right, we're in a great arc, and now everything's shit. It's absolute garbage, and he's dating his sister, and I'm like, what fucking happened to this storyline?
Is it as bad as like I got isekai'd with my mom? Or whatever the fuck that one was called?
I mean, that's a complicated question. I like the person who wrote that story, even if the story itself is really incest based.
Yeah. It's like the guy that made Grand Blue is making another one now called like
please, no.
It's called
Why are you just going through all the incest stories, bro? You need to you should take a step back. Grand Blue is literally like, that's my cousin. I definitely want to screw her. What? Are you kidding me? All right. James, let's do some outros. Holy shit.
Hi, good night, James. You can find me back here this week for some more Dawn Agreement on Wednesday. We'll come up on Thursday for those of you who see that after we record it. No road trade next week because I will be actually it's annoyingly because I have to go to Melbourne now this week, so I'll be doing the Dawn Agreement from a hotel in Melbourne again, Arthur. Great. So I have a holiday
Melbourne
home which
sucks.
is halfway between Sydney and Melbourne. So on Friday I fly back from Melbourne to Sydney, get in my car, pick up my kids, and then drive to the holiday home. So like it was just halfway back again. So I'll be doing like a lot of Ks, a lot of miles that day between flights and driving. But, you know, that's what you do.
Whoa. Listen, you can't do as many miles as you do kilometers. Wait a second. I think that's right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. I had to think about that one.
Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of both. Yeah, otherwise, check out my new video if you haven't already. See my painted Space Wolves. It's on my YouTube channel. It's linked in the discussion thread for this game on Arthur's Discord, where I hang around a lot and answer people's questions about BattleTech, apparently.
Yeah, scarily accurate questions. All right, he may not be a smug memer, but he's still on this cast. Let's talk to Adrian. Adrian, Jesus.
I am Big Spoon. You can find me over at Twitter at Big Spoon 223. I'm here on Saturday nights for Rogue Trader. I've got the Seth-isode of Solaris Knights coming up on Monday, where me and Glimo are going to team up to kick the shit out of some Jade Falcons, hopefully. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed because I got to go to work tomorrow morning. But,
oh, you poor soul.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, speaking of people who have to go to work tomorrow, let's talk to Pondo. Pando Team Mid.
Hi, I'm Pondo or Pondo the Mad. You can find me on YouTube or Switch. Let's Pondo the Mad. Find me here Saturdays, obviously. Dawn Agreement, which I missed this week because of Thanksgiving. But I'll be back week after next. Right?
Yep, correct.
2 weeks, yes.
Assuming everyone else is good for the 12th. No, that's right, the 11th.
For Dawn Agreement. That's what I was talking about. Where I'll actually get to my 3rd episode where everybody else is probably going to be on their 5th or 6th.
Did we work out, Arthur, am I getting anybody else to support me in my next episode, or is it not a good free time for everybody else?
Listen, as far as I know, the answer to that's no. Good luck. Ask somebody for help, I guess, but no one has expressed interest.
Okay.
This it has not got that Solaris feel to it.
Yeah, very far away. Apparently.
Yeah, but you can use the Traveler's Coin to appear magically.
Man, if you want to go yin and yang, I can definitely help you out. Sure.
Hey, what's up? It's me. So you're smiting some evil demon guys, huh? Wonder how I can get access to their spellbooks. I mean, hide them in my backpack. I mean.
Aren't I like the closest one?
Yeah, but again, the Traveler's Coin allows you to just show up anytime.
I was under the impression that I would have to travel overland to get there.
No. We can just bamf into each of each other's episodes, apparently.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like Solaris, man.
Then I think Tavros would definitely help. He's a giver.
Well, I can't say much. So I'm in the same. I think I'm in the same situation he is.
That's good because I don't think Pondo. Yeah, Pondo is currently captured. So.
Yeah.
Don't worry, James has 1 health though, and is in the middle of a fight with a giant. So.
Yeah, I got knocked to 0. Rolled 1 on a death save, then 20 on a death save.
Oh, man!
Imagine being that lucky. Imagine being that lucky. Unbelievable, grim dark James. All right, Henley, what do you got?
Yo, what up? Go buy Inscription. Play it. It's fun. What else? Go follow my Twitter account. It's at Kinky Fridays. Also follow my new account at SquibblyInt. We have a TikTok as well, and that's blowing up. We have a Reddit as well that's blowing up. And it turns out like social marketing outside of Twitter is way easier because not everyone's a raging alcoholic abusive asshole like Twitter is most of the time. So, that's always fun.
Interesting that you say that. Twitter is regarded as the safest, most discourse-worthy social media statistically.
Is it? It is not.
Yeah.
It is not.
More than Facebook.
No.
By whom?
By general internet site. Look it up. It's real.
Okay.
It's real. Everything else devolves it because Twitter is willing in some cases to get down there and block conversations and ban people. Whereas Facebook, you can just do whatever you want.
No, I'm sorry. The shit I've seen on Twitter, man. Look, look, I've seen
RPG Twitter. All right, you're never gonna beat that. That's painful.
I don't know if you've seen. I'm not even gonna say what I literally just saw 2 seconds ago. So no, I'm not.
All
right. Anyway, yeah. Do the thing. Play the game. You'll be you watch. Everyone will come back next week and they'll be like, "Man, I played that game. Holy shit, so good."
I'll be back for 2 weeks.
Then we have plenty of time to play it, man. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Friends, I don't have an outro, but I want you to know exactly one person who will be affected by me editing episode 1. I did it for you. And statistically, you probably won't comment on that YouTube video or this one either, because most people don't ever comment on the videos. But just know, I've got your back, person.
The most frustrating thing, AP, is as the GM of this game, jumping on to see if there's been any comments, and it says there's 1 comment or 2 comments, but none of them appear because they've all
been held for review.
I only check that once a week now. Who knows what they're going to be held for?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that I just outrightly banned from saying anything, so they can still send messages, but it doesn't show for anybody. They're just screaming at the void forever. I feel like that's truly the greatest punishment I could give to people. All right. I don't want to seem like the bad guy here. Let's just end before my villainous cackling gets too fresh.